Welcome, gentlemen. This is Linear Algebra, Section 5-4A. I do want you copying down these notes as if we were in person, so make sure you stop the camera when needed, or stop the movie when needed, and copy down everything. So our opener is f of x equals x squared, and g of x equals 3x minus 1. Find each of the following. So this is 2 times basically x squared is what it's saying. Oops, not x squared. Read that wrong. 2 times whatever g is, which is 3x minus 1. And then it's telling me here the value of x is 5. So 2 times 3 times 5 minus 1. I'm going to move this in a little bit, see if it gets a little bit more in focus there. So then this is 2 times 15 minus 1. 2 times 14, which is 28. Over here, this is basically saying 4 times f, which is x squared, so x squared, minus 2 times g, which is 3x minus 1. And now plugging in the value 3 here and the 0 there. So 4 times 3 squared minus 2 times 3 times 0, let's do that way, minus 1. So 4 times 9, because 3 squared is 9. Minus 2 times 3 times 0 is 0, minus 1. So 36 minus 2 times negative 1. I'm going to change this to addition, actually, back there. Okay, so 36 plus negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2, which gives me 38. All right, so today, you'll be learning to solve open sentences in 2 variables with the given replacement sets and graph the solution sets for open sentences in 2 variables. Basically, we're practicing graphing on the coordinate plane. So we have one vocab here. This is for A. Forgot to fix that. Okay. Our vocab: solution of an open sentence in 2 variables. Any ordered pair of the numbers x, y that together make the sentence a true statement. In other words, when I find the value of x and the value of y, that works to make the problem last, or make it true, excuse me. Okay, so if you need to pause the video here to write that down, please do so. To do these problems, we want to make sure we get the problem in equals y. We want to get y totally by itself, and then we're going to make a chart for all these problems. Our chart is our work. So it's going to look like this. The directions are, we're going to just do 4 of them today. Solve each equation if x is an element of the set of -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. In other words, those are the only numbers that x can be. This means an element or a member. Element or member. You can say x is an element or x is a member of these sets. And y is an element of the integers. Remember, integers are everything but our fractions and decimals. And then we're going to graph the solution set. Oh, I forgot my graph on this one. All right, so we're going to make our chart. It's going to look like this. I'm going to first column put x and all the values that x can be, which I got from right here. Okay, and then I basically turned this problem around so I had the y equals on the end. And then the last part is my ordered pair. Okay, so take a minute, pause, make this chart. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the values of x and plug it in. So this is the negative right here, negative, negative 2. Well, negative 2 is 2. Okay, negative 1 is 1. Negative 0 is 0. Negative 1 is negative 1, and negative 2 is negative 2. Okay? So now the ordered pair comes from negative 2 and then my answer, which is 2. So negative 2, 2. And then it's negative 1 and my answer, so negative 1, 1. 0, 0. 1, negative 1. And 2, negative 2. I wonder if my graph went on to the next page. Let me just check real quick. It did not. All right, so make a graph. If you're using line paper, that's fine. I'm just going to kind of do it here. This will be my x-axis. Okay. All right, so my biggest I need to make it is a 3 by 3. In other words, 3 up, 3 sideways, 3 down, because my biggest number here is 2. So I'm just going to mark off 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you are using line paper, each one of these should be on a blue line. Okay, don't scrunch. So negative 2, 2 is negative 2 up 2. And then negative 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, negative 1, and 2, negative 2. So it'll look kind of like that when you've done it. And that's how we do these problems. So we're going to do 4 of them like this, and this is what your homework is also like. So on this problem, it starts off and then we get y plus 2x equals 5. But remember, we need to get the y by itself. So it needs to be y equals, or it needs to be equal y. It doesn't matter either way. So I just rewrote the problem because I had this note here. You can work off of your original problem as always. And I need to get, I'll move it back down, I need to get y by itself. Well, I just subtract 2x. Now, I want to get you in the habit of writing it correctly, so it's going to be y equals, we're going to put our x term first, which is negative 2x. And then it's plus 5 because it's a positive 5 there. Okay, so then I create my chart. All right, again, here's where I put in my equation. I put my values of x in. Remember that was in on the previous page for problem 14. It says what my values of x are, and that's what they're going to be for all of our problems today. And now I'm just going to plug it in. So I'm going to have negative 2 times negative 2. This negative 2 is right here, plus 5. And now you're going to do a little computing in your head. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, plus 5 is 9. Okay. Negative 2 times negative 1, plus 5. So negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2, plus 5 is 7. Plug in 0. Negative 2 times 0 is 0, plus 5 is 5. Plug in 1. Okay, so negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, plus 5 is 3. And then plug in 2. Negative 2 times 2 plus 5. So this is negative 4 plus 5 is 1. So again, my order pair comes from negative 2 is my x, and my y value, 9. So negative 2, 9. Negative 1, 7. 0, 5. 1, 3. And 2, 1. So that's what my chart looks like, and now I am just going to graph it on my plane here. And again, if you're making a graph, 9 is my biggest number, so I need 10 up, 10 to the right, 10 to the down, 10 to the left. Okay, so negative 2, 9, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I always do it when it gets really high up there, I count it again. Okay. Then it's negative 1, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0, 5. Make these a little bit bigger so you can see them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3. 1, 3, 1, and then 2, 1. So that's what this one looks like. Okay. All right. Problem 20. As I said, we're only doing 4. I gotta move this up because I'm falling off of the table here. Sorry for the movement there. All right, just trying to still figure this out, gentlemen. All right, here we go. So again, we need to get y by itself first. So first thing I'm going to do is subtract 9x. So So I'm going to have 3y equals, put my x first, so negative 9x, because it's negative 9x. This is a positive 9, so it's plus 9. Now my y is still not by itself. I still have that 3 in front. But if I divide by 3, which I can do, I need to divide each and everything by 3. So I get y equals negative 1 over 3x. Whoops. Not today. Sorry, gentlemen. Got carried away there. Negative 9 divided by 3 is negative 3. And then 9 divided by 3 is positive 3, which is how I got this down here. You can see that. So again, set up my chart. Okay. Again, here's my equation, my values for x. And ultimately, I'm going to be getting my coordinates over here. So again, pause the video if you need time to make your chart to follow along. All right, so I'm going to plug in negative 2 for x. So I'm going to write negative 3 parentheses negative 2 plus 3. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, plug in negative 3 times negative 1 plus 3. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3 plus 3 is 6. Negative 3, 0 plus 3. Well, this is 0 plus 3 is 3. Okay. Negative 3 times 1 plus 3. Negative 3 plus times 1 is negative 3 plus 3 gets me to 0. And then negative 3 times 2 plus 3. Okay, so negative 2 times 3, oh, excuse me, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus 3 is negative 3. Now, using that chart, I can write my ordered pair. So it's negative 2, and my answer is 9, so negative 2, 9. Don't forget the parentheses, don't forget the comma. Then negative 1, 6. Then 0, 3. Then 1, 0. And then 2, negative 3. All right, so now I just need to graph those. Again, so 9 is my biggest, so 10 up, 10, 10, 10 if I'm going to be drawing my graph here. So negative 2, 9, that's like the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Negative 1, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 0. And then 2, negative 3. So that's what my graph looks like. All right, gentlemen, we have one more problem, and hopefully my pencil will last because I'm almost out of lead. All right. You can already see the answer here. Don't worry about that yet. Again, we want to get y by itself. So I'm going to subtract 1. I'm going to put my x term first, so 2x minus 1, because of the minus 1, equals negative 2y. Now remember, I still need to get the y by itself, so I'm going to divide by negative 2, which means to make this easier, I'm going to DPS that, change that to plus negative. So divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3x plus, a negative divided by negative is a positive, so positive 1/2 equals y. Remember to use two lines for your fractions. Remember to use two lines for your fractions. Now, I couldn't do it in this program that I was doing, so I did write my fraction this way. You are not allowed to write it this way. You are to use two lines, gentlemen, for your fractions. All right, so this will look like negative 3. Again, it's my chart, same x values we've been using all along. My equation, my coordinates. So negative 3 times negative 2 plus 1/2. So negative 3 times negative 2 is 6 plus 1/2 is 6.5. That's okay? Okay. Negative 3 times negative 1 plus 1/2. Negative 3 plus times negative 1 is positive 3, plus a half is 3.5. Negative 3 times 0 plus 1/2. Negative 3 times 0 is 0, plus a half is a half. Negative 3 times 1 plus a half. So negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 plus a half. Actually gets me to negative 2.5. And negative 3 times negative 2 plus a half. Oops, sorry. Negative 3 times positive 2. Negative 6 plus a half gives me negative 5.5. So again, my quadrants are negative 2 and 6.5. Negative 1 and 3.5. Don't put it in decimals. Remember, we don't like decimals. Fractions are much better. If you want to write it as a mixed number, as 13/2, totally fine. 7/2, totally fine. Okay, but no decimals. Okay, 0.5. 1 and negative 2.5. And 2, and negative 5.5. All right, so when we do these halves, you literally are going to go halfway through between the two lines. Okay? So if I'm looking at negative 2, and I'm going to go up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to just do a half. So right between my two lines. And then I'm going to do negative 1, and then go 1, 2, 3.5. Okay? And then I'm going to do 0.5. I'm going to do 1 and negative 2, so I'm going to go down 2 and a little bit more, half of a more. And 2, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a little bit half. So that's what it's going to look like. I'll zoom in on my, looks like that. See how they're kind of on the halfway between as best as I can. Okay, and that's what our graph looks like. So for homework tonight, you have 4 problems. Page 230, numbers 5 through 24 by 3s. It's only 4 problems, gentlemen. All right, have a wonderful evening.